Hello, Lisa Piper here. Today I want to talk a little bit about eating seasonally and why that's important. And also how to do that. So, we've heard that eating seasonally is a thing, right? You don't know why maybe, but what exactly the benefits are and how it helps you. So I just want to go over a couple of highlights. So right now we're in Texas and it's fall, and this is what's growing seasonally here. And you can kind of see these are our fall goodies. It's October and we have some citrus just coming up, and we've got some other really good, cabbages are always good, carrots are always good. Squash are just transitioning from summer over to hard squash and winter squash. So we have some really good stuff to work with. So why is it important to do this? Well, for one thing, the food has much richer flavor when you eat it seasonally. So when it is supposed to be, all the right fertilizers in the soil, the nutrients, the climate, the weather, however that's supposed to be, that goes into that produce growing naturally in its natural state of season has so much more flavor. You really notice it in your cooking. And then also it's more cost efficient. So when you go to try and make greens grow in the middle of hot summer, and it's not supposed to happen that way, it requires a lot more water, it requires a lot more maybe fertilizer or some other supplement just to get it that way. Maybe you have to build a hoop house to keep it that way so you can have it. So it does cost more to purchase your produce that is out of season. There's a reason why when things are at their peak season, the price is better, right? Another reason is way more nutrients. So when you have your food growing in the right season at the right peak time and you eat it, it has all the nutrients that your body needs for acclimating to that season where you live. So for example, in the summertime, we have a lot of things here in Texas because we live in a really hot, humid climate, like peppers, hot peppers, and cauliflower. These are things that grow then. And the reason is those are foods that cool off our bodies, believe it or not. That's what we're supposed to eat. And in the winter time, it's a lot more, or even the fall, it's a lot more citrus, and we have a lot more immune boosting things. High vitamin C, if you get sick, it's going to support you. A lot more of the root type vegetables in the winter and the fall, because we're really kind of getting rooted in and settling in, and we need the roots, all the things from underground. And that's why those are better for you. You get so many more nutrients eating it seasonally when it's meant to be eaten. But it's also way more environmentally friendly to eat seasonally. When you are requiring tons more, like I said, water, and maybe produce needs more pesticides or herbicides. If we're doing all organic, you won't see that, but you will see natural supplements, natural fertilizers, and you have to do a whole lot more of that to get the soil to grow something that it's not really meant to grow during that season. And then, of course, if you're not eating seasonally to where you are located, there's a whole lot more truck travel and mileage on getting the produce to you, eating it out of season from a different location. So we may be able to have greens growing in one climate versus another, and if you're not meant to do it in your climate, then the body will let you know there are other things that you need to be eating instead. So another reason is just your community benefit of how much that it really supports where you are. So for example, here at the co-op, when you're eating seasonally and you're purchasing for your produce shares, you're really helping to put money back into your own backyard. You're supporting your farmers locally, doing the things that they do seasonally and need to, and it's really way more beneficial for everyone then. And then the last thing that I really think is important that gets missed a lot is it really encourages more of a harmonious living. And what I mean by that is when we eat with the cycles of the season, our bodies are meant to do that and kind of become enmeshed with that cycle. Our physical bodies really understand what's supposed to be growing during that time, and we connect with it better on a more cellular level. And it sounds a little strange, but your cells inside your body will take that produce and do more with it. during that time. And when we're eating cyclical, more harmonious with nature, everything flows a little bit easier. And so energetically, it is a great way to add that benefit, is making sure that you're sticking with seasonally eating as much as you can. So, you know, here it is fall, and there's so many things to choose from here in Texas. We even have an amazing amount of turmeric that grows right now. And look at the difference. Look how juicy this turmeric is. You can see the difference than maybe a turmeric you'll find in the store. It's kind of tiny and dried up. That's the difference, right? The nutrients that we talked about. And even things like your ginger are going to be a little bit bigger because it's so full of all the juice that you actually need from it. So these are the things that you'll notice. The color of your veggies. The reds are better. The purples are better. This is going to really help a lot with what you're trying to get out of your produce. The beets are going to be much stronger, crisper, and you're going to like them better. And that way you might actually eat them and not balk at it. But how can you eat seasonally and help your body with this and encourage this cycle? The best way to do that is join a CSA or some sort of co-op share program where you're getting your box produce. So here at the co-op we do that, where we offer a box share, and it's whatever we can get seasonally. And we do recognize that climate change has made a difference in what's growing seasonally right now compared to maybe 20 years ago, because the seasons are changing slightly, but still following that is really going to benefit you. And of course, like I said, benefiting your local community when you do get your produce shares. So here at our co-op, we always give like 3, 4, 5 different recipes of what you can take home with what's in your shares that week and what you can make with it. So we'll always give you some sort of idea of what to do with these things maybe you're not used to eating. And that's another good way to eat seasonally. So just remember that finding your ways to the farmers markets, to your co-op, your CSAs, doing something in that realm will really help force you to a new habit. Once you have that new habit in place, it'll be autopilot. It does take time to establish that habit, so allow yourself 3-6 months of this new habit of where you're putting your money and what you're doing through those seasons during those veggies and during those fruit in that time of year. Once you have it in place, you'll find you won't think twice, and your body will thank you greatly for that. So hopefully this will help you with how to get a little more nutrition in you and all the things that you can benefit by eating seasonally. Happy healing!